Okay, keep your eyes closed.
Okay.
I want to show you my first ever painting.
All right.
Okay. Open your eyes.
Oh, that's a lot of colors and shapes.
So be honest. What do you think?
Well, I like how if you switch to Geico, you could save hundreds of dollars on car insurance.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Here, why don't I hold your paintbrush while you call them?
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, and welcome to Angelspeakers LightMaster series on Blog Talk Radio. Your host is Terry Miller, who is a LightMaster, an author, psychic, medium, energy healer, and happiness coach. These series of shows will delve deeply into spirituality and help illuminate some of the answers to questions you may have concerning the ascension process, as well as the energy shifts we are all undergoing. Please visit Terry's website, angelspeakers.com, and terry-miller.com, where you can find out more about her services such as the wonderful energy healing method called Time Heals, the process of letting go called Release, as well as her coaching and educational workshops. The information discussed on Angelspeakers is intended for general information and entertainment purposes only. It is not designed to provide listeners with specific personal, medical, financial, legal, counseling, professional service, or any advice. The programs are not meant to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individuals with health problems should always consult their healthcare provider for professional medical advice, medications, or treatment. The views expressed by show hosts or their guests are their own and should not be construed in any way as advice from Angel Speakers. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to Angel Speakers or the show hosts whose words and or opinions appear from or on this broadcast. If you have called in and want to participate by being on the air with our hosts, press 1 on your phone. We encourage participation from the chat room as well. Now, here is your host and founder of Angel Speakers, Terry Miller.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show tonight. I am so thrilled to be coming on the air this month. We have so much going on. There's so many amazing, wonderful shows that are going to be brought your way. Starting with tonight, I have two amazing guests on. Before I bring them on, let me just share with you the rest of this week. On Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Lisa McCoy will be with me, and we're going to talk about the chakras. What are they, and why is it important for us to know what our chakras are and what happens when they're out of balance and how can we bring them back into balance. She'll be talking about all of that on Wednesday night. And then Thursday night, Stacy Lynn will be back with me at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. She was on last week, and it was an amazing show, and I know this one will be off the charts as well. So tune in to the wonderful things we have going all month long. I'm so excited to be here and to bring you all these wonderful people that are going to just lighten up our world and brighten our world with their energy. So right now I want to bring on my co-hosts for the night. Veronica and Stephen Schultz are master intuitive healers, herbal therapists, authors, speakers, and the co-creators of Journey Awakes and the Soul Journey Experience. Veronica says, we've just begun to let the world know about the Soul Journey Experience, and it's already spreading like wildfire. People are looking for who they are and what role they play in this world. This experience reveals this for them, giving them direction and the ability for self-commitment. So welcome to the studio, Veronica and Stephen Schultz.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hi there. Thank you for being with us tonight. I'm so excited. I've been excited for the show ever since we booked it. And I've been telling everybody about how amazing you two are.
Why, thank you.
Yes, thank you for having us on your show, Terry. We are very honored to be here today.
Very honored.
Well, awesome. I'm honored to have you with us. and sharing your wonderful modality called the Soul Journey. And it is amazing. And like you said, Veronica, people are starting to hear about it, and they're saying, "Oh, I want to see what that's all about. Let me find out about that." And I know I've shared it out with several people that got really excited, and I sent them your way. So hopefully they got in touch with you, and we can get more people familiar with what this is.
Why, thank you. Yes, a few people have got in touch with us, and we'll see where that goes. We are just
absolutely
to be able to help people.
Yeah. So tell us how this all came to be.
Well, I was fortunate to have a sage just walk into my life for a period of time, and she helped me learn about the gifts that I already had, and just gave me a few techniques. And then my son and I, we took those techniques and developed them from there until we got the Soul Journey experience.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So were you able, how do I want to say this? Did you do a Soul Journey yourself? Were you able to get that experience with it on your own?
Yes. And matter of fact, both Stephen and I, part of our training with the Sage, we got our very first Soul Journey experiences. And they were quite remarkable. I had a major clearing that just transformed my life. I had a lot of suffering as far back as I can remember in my mind. The dark energies that were attached to me, they tormented my mind against my family. And when I finally caught on, because we have free will, and so we're able to change things, but because of the attachment not being gone, it just comes back to attack in a different way that you don't expect. And so it's a constant trouble. And so when I was delivered from that was incredible. Stephen, why don't you share about yours?
I had 6 energy attachments attached to me from my very first lifetime till this lifetime, and I've never had a thought of my own. I've been told how to live my life, what to do, how to do it, when to do it. When I got my soul journey done and got free from these energy attachments, my mind was completely blank. I could actually hear my own thoughts, do whatever I wanted to do, and I made over 100 times more money than I ever have in my entire life. And I now feel that I am completely free.
Wow, that is awesome. That is so totally awesome. So I just recently had the Soul Journey experience with you all. It hasn't even been a week yet that I had mine. And
I know. I was just going to ask you about that.
Yes, so many things started happening almost immediately after I had it. It took me probably 24 hours just to really process all that happened during the session, because my mind was like constantly going, okay, I remember this about it, I remember that about it. And sometimes I would sit and just go, did that really happen? Did that experience really happen? Or did I dream it? Because it was an amazing experience. It was something I highly recommend for everyone. But during my session, there was so much that was cleared. I've had, in this lifetime, I have had several near-death experiences. I've had illnesses where I shouldn't even be here. I mean, seriously, I should not be here. I've had a kidney transplant that's one of the longest lasting organ transplants that there is. And I don't take any medication. So there's something magical about that, because it's not something that anybody can do.
Terry,
I've had accidents. Yes.
Terry, you don't take the drug that prevents your kidneys from rejecting you?
No, I don't. I do not take any medication. Period. Nothing at all in my body. Yeah. I
that's miraculous.
For about 6 years, I took the medication, and my body was yelling and screaming at me, "What is this?" It didn't want it. It was horrible what it does to the body. So I told my doctors, I can't do this. I cannot take this medication. And they were like, well, you have to take it the rest of your life. So I took myself off the medication and have not taken anything in 36 years.
Wow. Truly amazing.
Yeah. It's amazing when we listen to our bodies, and, the body will tell us when something is not right for us. So I've had accidents, traumas. I have, oh my gosh, I've lived through so many things. But what happened when I had this soul journey experience is a lot of that was cleared, and I was told that I had disconnected from the mother's love. And I remember doing that, and I think I said that to you in the session, Veronica, that I remember, and when that happened, it was when I had my kidney failure, and I was so angry. I was young. I was pregnant with my first child, and I was mad. And I'm like, how could you let this happen to me? Talking to God, how could you let this happen to me? And looking outside of myself and blaming, for what happened. And that was when I shut down from that mother's love and disconnected myself from that. So during this soul journey experience, I was reconnected back to the mother's love, and I just feel all that warmth. I feel that energy of just being loved and nurtured again, being taken care of, just being rocked in a rocking chair, like a baby. So that was one amazing, wonderful aspect of what happened, and, along with the whole thing. But that was really, I think, the most amazing thing that I got from it was that reconnection again with that part of my spirituality. And I've been spiritual my whole life, as far as talking to angels, talking to my spirit guides, seeing spirit, but it's like taken to a different level now. It's taken to a whole new level. And after I took that day to process it, miraculous things started happening in my life. I'm open now to more creative avenues, and Spirit just is like downloading all this stuff. And I sat down over the weekend, and I kept hearing the word magazine. And I thought, what is that? What's all about magazine? Well, in a few hours, I had developed the very first Angelspeakers magazine. So they just did it through me. And it was a wonderful, amazing experience. And I'm like, wow, this is absolutely incredible. So I'm just so happy and thrilled that I had this experience. And I thank you, both of you, from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to go through this, and, that we've connected. And I don't believe in accidents or coincidences. There's a reason why we came together and were able to meet in the group that we met in and have this experience. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're so welcome. And that's actually a very common thing that we hear from our clients, is the miraculous things that are taking place and how life is just starting to fall into place and
feeling like new people.
It really is. Like I said, that first day, it was like I just had to take time to process it. I couldn't, I talked about it to a couple of my closest friends, but I couldn't really do anything other than that. And then after that day of just really having my guides work with me as far as remembering what was said, remembering what had happened during the session, then it was like I was breathing so freely. You know, it's like I could feel everything so vibrantly, everything. And I love that. So it is like being fresh and new all over again. And Stephen, you even told me that in the session, that, you know, it was like an empty vessel that, you know, you're just free. You're free of all of that stuff. And the cords that you cut, you know, those were no longer tying me down. So I felt that freedom. And just awesome. You know, just the whole experience was awesome.
Wow. We're both sitting here with a grin from ear to ear, just listening to your joy.
Yeah. I recorded a video today of my testimony, so I put that on YouTube, and I will put that on when I do the replay for this radio show, because this records, and then I'm able to share it out after the show is over, and I'll put a link to my video testimony as well, so that anybody can listen to that.
Oh, very nice. Thank you so much. And, you know, your testimonial is already up on the website if anyone wants to go see it.
Yay. And that website is journeyawakens.com. Right?
Yes, it is. And they would select the reviews tab to see your video.
Awesome. Well, we have a caller that would like to make a comment or ask a question. And so let's go see what our callers want to know, and maybe they have a question for you guys.
Sure.
All right, we're going to area code 360. Hello.
Hi.
Hello there.
Hi.
Yeah, this is Fawn, you guys.
Hi, Fawn.
Hi. I just love the way everybody expresses and supports and gathers around and shares each other's gifts. And I don't know, it's just been a great opening. And I think I started by getting a small reading from you guys. Then
a card reading, I remember that.
Mm-hmm. And then I reached out a little further, and I did work with Terry, too. And so this is pretty amazing to hear you all together. And I just wanted to say so.
Thank you, Fawn.
Thank you, Fawn.
It's really a blessing that you decided to come and reach out to us.
Yes.
I keep trying. But I think, like Terry, I have to take some time and process everything that's coming through, because it is a lot of information really fast. But I definitely want to know more about the soul journey that I'm going through a massive transition. I know many see it. I feel it. Trying to come through with whatever this is physically is just definitely weird. But
what planet thing is happening?
Mercury retrograde.
It's the Mercury retrograde that we're all feeling at the moment. That's why we're all...
There's actually 3 planets, and I don't know the other 2, but there's actually 3 planets in retrograde right now.
Yeah, we're feeling the bust and them just throwing all these energies our way. So we just need to protect ourselves, shield up.
Make sure that we're not in ego, too, because those energies can lull us into our ego state, and that is disastrous. So we have to keep alert.
With cord cutting, that seems to be a big thing. I happening. I'm wondering, can it ever, will cords ever go away completely, or do I have to revisit the cord cut constantly? Because it seems I'm revisiting cord cutting too often in my life, and it's a constant clearing. But eventually, some of this should just clear.
Well, cords are connected to our etheric body, and depending upon how many lifetimes that you've lived or what you've experienced in this lifetime, that's when the cord's attached to you. We cannot get rid of all the cords at once. Higher self only reveals what your body can handle. Because if you are able to cut every cord that you have attached to you, that would be, what we call that, the detoxing rate would be death.
I understand.
So,
thank you.
To give an example of cord cutting from a previous life, we had a client who contacted us about a nagging headache that would go into a migraine, and so when we tuned in to this client, we found out that in a very previous lifetime, she was a female, and about in her 20s, and she was walking along a sandy area. Could have been the beach, could have been a park.
It's a sandy shore.
Yeah, sandy shore. And two guys, young men, who wanted to experience what it was like to kill someone, chose her. And they hit her in the back of the head with a very large rock. And they didn't stop there. They just kept hitting until there was nothing left. And so we got that all cleared. And 3 days later, this client contacted us and said, my head actually hurts to touch it where you said that they hit me on the rock. And we said, yeah, that's because the detoxing is happening.
And it says heart palpitations, like fluttering. That I definitely resonate with that. It makes sense that because I keep clearing this lifetime, but because it's all I know. But it's clear. I think I've healed from so much trauma in life that I've experienced with these eyes that there's something more that I can't reach. And so thank you for clarifying that. That makes a lot more sense.
Would you like to know how many lifetimes you've lived from?
Yeah.
Tune in for a minute, Stephen, and see.
19 lifetimes.
19 lifetimes, Fawn.
Wow.
Well, I feel like a turtle. I don't know.
So what we do during the soul journey is we would allow higher self, source, to reveal whatever cords are keeping you stuck, keeping you in this suspended animation of not being able to move forward, and then clearing it from all the way back from the beginning. So another example is something that happened between Stephen and I. We were engaged in a conversation about money, and it was a trigger for him. He went off on me. And so we both knew that we needed to tune in and find out where this cord came from.
Yeah,
and
I do
you
not
want to tell
know how to receive that area.
What happened to me was in my previous lifetime, I had a best friend that stole from me more than a couple times, and found out that in this lifetime, the same soul that stole from me then was in my friend's body, the same soul now. And he stole from me in this lifetime just as many times then. So we cleared that. And he doesn't even talk to me anymore, which is good. And I'm so much better with the money conversations now. It doesn't trigger me at all.
At all.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's where I've made 100 times more money now than I ever did has come in because we cleared that money block cord.
Okay.
So that's just another
that's so
example.
helpful.
Awesome. That's amazing information and fun. I know you're still probably, your head's still spinning, right? Because I know that's how it feels, when you get some of this information about the cords that were cut and, and all of this. And one thing that I'll share is that Stephen and Veronica tell you how to protect yourself once you've had your soul journey with them. They give you some means to protect yourself as you're out with other people or you're, watching something on a video or a movie or whatever. So that's a wonderful thing that they do to help us, to do that protection of our energy fields.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Oh, beautiful people. Thank you.
You're very
Thank
welcome,
you for
Fawn.
calling in, Fawn.
Yes, thank you.
Big hugs, honey.
Yeah, back at you.
Yes, really big hugs. Love you, Fawn. Thank you for calling.
Love you too.
And
Love you too.
You can just stay on. Yeah, you can just stay on hold and listen to the rest of the show if you want. You don't have to hang up.
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll put you back on hold.
Okay.
Beautiful. Okay. Well, let's go to another caller, if that's okay. That was a really great call and great question by Fawn. We're going to area, and we have other callers that don't have your hands raised. So if you want on the air and ask a question or make a statement to Veronica and Stephen, press the 1 on your phone, and that shows me that you want to be on the air with us. We're going to area code 407 next. Hello.
Hi, this is
Hello
Lori.
there.
Hi. Oh, my gosh. It's Lori. My name is Lori. It's almost like that last call was for me. Oh, that was
So
just
glad to hear
incredible.
that, Lori.
Pardon?
I said, so glad to hear that, Lori. So what stood out to you?
Okay, a pain that I have for no apparent reason that's insistence. That stood out in the fact that I've also had issues with people that have stolen money from me, including family members. And that is one of my, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so we could definitely, do a soul journey with you to find out that information and get that cleared out for you.
That would be totally just so such a blessing. You couldn't even imagine how much you would bless me.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Tom.
So, Lori, are you interested in knowing how many lifetimes you've lived?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot. I am interested.
Okay, hang on one sec. Stephen is tuning in.
Yeah.
Hang on one sec.
You have lived 24 lifetimes.
I figured as much.
So that's 24 lifetimes worth of chords and events and stuff that just you have been through. I could see why that you are suffering from some of the same stuff that I'm suffering from, because I lived 15 lifetimes.
Wow.
Yeah. What are you getting? Hang on, he's getting a download.
I see her reaching out for something. Stars? I see you reaching out to the stars. Are you... Do you talk to stars at all?
All the time, and I talk about them, and I speak up for them. This is going to sound weird, but it's me. I always speak for the stars, the sun, the sky, and the moon. I always ask people to appreciate them as much as I do.
Well, you actually might be a star reader like I am. Do you hear them at nighttime?
I hear the animals reacting to them, and that's when I know something is going on outside.
Wow. Huh. I would be very interested to find out who she was pre-Earth.
Because pre-Earth, my previous lifetime before Earth is I was a star reader. I would travel among universes and read the stars and get information that is needed for different planets.
If there's any similarity, whenever I sleep at night, I remember all of the astral traveling. My sleep is more about traveling in space than it is about people or places.
That really is intriguing.
That is very intriguing.
And in this lifetime, I'm a poet, and I always write about nature and philosophy.
Really amazing.
So do you know where to go to book yourself a soul journey with us?
Oh, I'm sure I can find it on the website. I did see the email. Let me tell you about the pain that I have on my left thigh. Shouldn't be there. There's no real reason for it. It feels like I'm healing from like a stab wound or something, but there's no reason for me to have the pain on my left thigh, none whatsoever.
Yeah, that sounds like something that could be. Oh, is that what you get?
That's what I'm sensing.
Okay. Did you hear Stephen?
No, what did he say?
It sounds like an implant that you're having.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true.
That's the reason why that you're getting the pain is because it's activated.
Okay. Well, thank you for liberating that, because it's been going on for way too long. And then also, my sleep is interrupted. It feels like I doze off. I can't explain it. I'm not sleeping, but I'll nod off for 5 seconds, and I do that a lot during the night.
it kind of sounds like you have a few energy attachments attached to you that's keeping you at a certain stasis. It doesn't want you to sleep, and it doesn't want you to be awake during this time, because during that time it opens you up.
What opens me? Give me understanding.
Let me see. How would I describe that? It's like when you are conscious of everything around you, you have your guards up. But when you are dozing off at a certain time, like when you're dozing off, your mind starts opening up and your guards come down. So whatever energy attachment, whatever that is bothering you is using that time to mess with your mind, to keep you at a certain
disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Yes.
That's what she said, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is familial because I'm estranged from my immediate family. There's no arguing, there's no nothing. I'm just estranged, and it's by choice because I like to live in peace, and I like to let everyone else live in peace. And my mother's energy is always around me after dark, and I think it could be her trying to get me to contact her. That's what I'm thinking.
Is she alive?
Yeah, she is.
So consciously, she's probably reaching out to you.
Yeah, but I'm like everyone else. I've given out too much of my heart, so I'm learning how to rein it back in and how to set boundaries and how to do things the proper way for my health and alignment. And with that lesson that I've learned, I know that it's not a healthy thing for me to reach out to anybody right now until I'm better grounded and better balanced.
That's really good. I'm glad that you are aware of that. That's truly amazing. It shows how much that you've grown in these lifetimes.
It has been a very lonely journey, but I wouldn't change it for the world because all of the learning was uninhibited, and I didn't have the choir to shoot me down. So it's been, like maybe 7 years of intense learning.
Mhm.
And my ability to write is all 100% positive. Everything that's ruminating in my brain will be reprocessed and recycled into something that helps humanity. That's what I do with my pain. It's recycled.
That's awesome, Laura. Thank you for sharing with us. Yeah, me too. Thank you for sharing with us. And you can reach Stephen and Veronica at journeyawakes.com. That's their website. And I hope that you will contact them and have one of these wonderful, amazing experiences with them and go on the soul journey and let them release the cords and do all the wonderful things that they are able to do. So thank you. Thank you for calling in tonight.
Thank you for your show. Thank you for your energy and for your time. And namaste. God bless you all.
God bless you,
and God bless you,
Lori.
too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. We have lots of callers for you guys. I love this. I love the whole discussion and what comes out, with the questions. It's really good stuff. And this is how we learn. Yeah, this is how we're learning what it's all about.
Do you have
any
our
comments?
website? Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have our website written down somewhere for people to see?
Yes, when they come on to the show, if they click the link to go onto the show, it's on there on the front page.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
And I'll also put it when I do the replay. I will also add that so that they can see that right away when they look at the replay.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah. You're so welcome. So let's take another caller. We're going to area code 619. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Terry.
Hello there.
Hi.
Hi.
Luca.
How are you?
We're good. Who do we have here?
Oh, I'm just really curious about you guys and just fascinated with what you do. So I was just wondering if you could just tune in and, I don't know, let me know something I don't know.
What's your first name, hon?
My name is Kuka, C-U-C-A.
Oh, okay. Hi, Kuka.
Hi.
Get 12.
Okay. You want to tell her?
I tuned in, and I'm getting that you have lived 12 lifetimes here on Earth.
Oh, cool. Wow. Okay. Terry, is that your cat I hear?
That's my cat. They love the energy, and they always come on the air with me.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool!
They're
I love hearing your
They're
cat.
very well known. They're very well known. Everybody knows my cat.
Yes, Taz and Gizmo.
That's Tazzy that was talking.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, yeah, I was just wondering, you said how many lives I've lived? 12?
12 lifetimes. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow. Well, that's not too bad. I thought maybe it would be 50 or 60 or 30 or 40. Do you have any other messages for me?
Hang on a sec. Stephanie's tuning in.
Okay.
So,
Christopher Columbus Day.
yeah, you remember you were actually here during the Christopher Columbus Day. You were an Indian, and I see you standing on a mountaintop. You're gathering some sort of herb. The view is absolutely amazing.
Was she male or female in that lifetime?
Female. She was helping the shaman of their little town gather herbs.
Can you hear Stephen?
So you were like a herb finder in those days for the shaman of your tribe.
Oh, interesting, because I've had somebody tell me that I used to work with herbs in a past life.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, I like plants, but, you know, I'm not, I think that's in there somewhere, I'm sure.
Well, do you do any type of healing modality in this lifetime?
You know, I'm still really trying to narrow that down. I've been actually doing some healing modalities, a neuro modality recently, and I notice I feel a lot of the energy in through my hands and in my temples. That's where I feel the energy the most.
Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still trying to trying to find, I guess my place, my. I'm still trying to find myself, I guess, to really. But I don't know if you ever do, to be honest with you. I think it's like, I think we all die still trying to understand ourselves really well.
If we don't get the right type of information, but that's what we're finding the soul journey experience is offering people, is who they were pre-life. Is what we're seeing is it resonates with the people so much in this lifetime that it helps give them direction as to what steps they need to take and where they need to go.
Like, we did a soul journey on this gentleman not too long ago, and I was looking at a picture, and then suddenly I see this water sprite just come out of the picture, laugh at me, and then go right back into the water. I looked at him, and I said, "You are a water sprite before these lifetimes here on Earth." He goes, "That really resonates with me because I love water. I absolutely adore it. That's why I take like 3 or 4 showers a day."
I got a question for you. So when you do these soul journeys, do you does it help you to more understand? Because I would imagine that a lot of us healers were probably healers in our past lives as well. And so my curiosity is, and I know that we carry those gifts on from one lifetime to the other. And so, for me, it's trying to remember them and trying to tap into them,
Well, when we do our soul journeys, your higher self only reveals to us what you need to know at this time. Like how many cords you have, what type of blocks, what type of energy attachment. The higher self always reveals how many lifetimes that you've lived. And the stars tend to tell me what who you were before these lifetimes. And it helps us to help you move forward in where you need to go.
You have to remember that with this information that you're getting it during the session where we connect you to the mother's love if you are disconnected, which connects you to self-love, removing the blocks, removing any negative energy, so the information becomes clear.
Okay. Interesting. Well, thank you so much for giving me that little tidbit of information. I've actually looked at your website, and, I can probably see myself looking you guys up and booking with you guys, as soon as I'm able to. It's something that I definitely want to do, for sure.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, me too.
I'll be excited when you book your soul journey because helping people is the passion that we have.
Well, that's good because that's kind of what my passion as well. I want to help people. So there you go. We're thinking along the same lines. Well, thank you. Yes.
After your soul journey, we also invite those who do a soul journey experience to our private exclusive group for soul journeyers for ongoing support and guidance. So you're not left just to yourself to figure this out. We help you along.
Oh, that's awesome. That is so important because you're right. If you don't follow up with people, they're really not going to know what to do with this information. And I would imagine from when I was talking to Terry, it was a lot of information to process.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're giving the support.
Yeah, like I said at the beginning of the show, it took me a whole day just to process it. just to say, wow, what just happened. So, yeah,
Wow.
it's a lot of stuff and very important stuff for us to tune into and to realize. So thank you,
Wow.
Susan.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I can't wait to hear after you have your soul journey what it was like as well.
Yes, I'll have to share with you.
You will.
Thank you
I
so
know
much.
You will.
Thank you so much. Okay, you guys have a good evening.
You too, Kuka.
Good night,
Bye-bye.
Kuka.
Thank you, Kuka.
Good night.
Thanks for calling in.
Okay.
So what do you think, guys? We have time for one more caller?
Sure.
Okay, let's go to area code 757. Hello?
Hello.
How are you all?
Hello.
Hello there.
Who do we got
Hi,
there? What's your name?
This is Melanie in Virginia. You all know me well, so I just wanted to tune in.
Melanie, too. I'm like, is that our Melanie?
It's your Melanie. I just wanted to tune in to talk to all the callers that are listening because not only have I had a soul journey, but my husband had a soul journey, and I'm about to share with you some news that they have not heard too. In regard to the earlier portion in the call where they were referencing that Stephen had been having a money block and it was cleared. Well, when my husband went through his soul journey, there wasn't really any kind of discussion about a money block, but he definitely had been having them. So he had his soul journey on a Monday. On Tuesday, he went into work. He went into a meeting with his boss, and on the table were contracts, and he was asked to sign a contract which increased his income by 3 times.
Whoa! Oh my God!
Wow.
Yeah. So so as I was listening to the conversation, I just wanted, to let callers that are listening to know that it's a miracle, when you hear it happen once or someone shares a story, but it really is something when you have a multitude of people experiencing similar positive effects too. So that would be something for people to consider if you're thinking of taking the journey yourself.
Wow.
Truly
Yes.
amazing.
Oh, Melanie.
Wow.
We are so excited.
Oh, believe me, I was too, because I benefit from that. So I don't want to take much time away from anyone else who wanted to call in, but I really wanted to share with anyone on the line that if you just kind of take the step, and what they were saying as far as the ongoing support too is so important too, because you're not just left alone, and all of a sudden you have a community. So I hope to see more of you there. Thank you so much, Terry.
So much, Melanie. Thank you so much. What a treat to pop on and share that with us.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I almost jumped out of my seat when you told us that.
Good.
Thank you so much for lightening up this whole night. And, oh, my gosh, I see sparks just flying right now out of Stephen and Veronica. So thank you. And I'll see you in the group.
Thank you all.
Amazing. Sorry, have you all come
Yes.
back down yet? Are you still hanging up there on the ceiling?
I'm still on the ceiling. We are at a soul journey for a TV host, radio host, but because of her position, she's not ready to come forward and talk about her soul journey experience. But she also was just sort of tootling along. After her soul journey, she went national It was just like that. It was so amazing.
Wow.
Mhm.
Awesome. That is so amazing. Oh, my goodness. Well, we're coming up to the last few minutes of the show, guys. I am so thrilled that we did this tonight, and I'm going to have you guys back on. May is pretty full already, but next month in June, let's repeat. Let's do the show again and have callers call in and get this wonderful information because, this is something that everybody benefits from. It's like when you do the soul journey, it's not just a matter of curiosity. The curiosity is good. It's like how many lives have I lived? We all think about that, about our past lifetimes, and many of us do the past life regressions. But what we benefit from are the clearings and the reconnections with spirit. When you reconnected me, or I guess I reconnected myself through your help, it just made such a difference in my whole outlook, and things just started happening immediately. So this is something that all of you would benefit from by getting in touch with Stephen and Veronica. And their website, again, is journeyawakens.com.
That's Journey Awakens with an S.
Right, awakens.com. And if they want to find you on Facebook, do you all want to share with them how they can look you up on there?
Sure. It would be, they could find me at facebook.com/Veronica Schultz, all one word, or Healing Conversations.
Right. I knew you had a group. Okay, Healing Conversations. So awesome. Look up these amazing people and get in touch with them and get your soul journey done. I really believe in what they do. So reach out to them. So we've got a couple of minutes if you all want to say anything to end the show and share anything else with the listeners.
I was just reading a very well done article this morning that we are co-collaborating with a gentleman by the name of John Tabor, and he's bringing his many, many years of experience to help people grow once they've had their soul journey experience and they're feeling new and they're feeling fresh. Now they need direction. He's got so much information to help guide, and so that's going to be our next process, is to invite people to group coaching so it can be done in an amazing and affordable way. And we're just super excited about it. John Tabor, we're just starting to get his information up on the website, but he was a hypnotist and hypnotherapist and a past life regression therapist for over 20 years. And he had a soul journey, and he said that what took him 5 hours or days to accomplish with the client takes Stephen and I just minutes. And then to bring in that article that I had brought up, the article said that when we're curious about where we've come from, our past lives, that kind of thing, that is more ego than it is everything else. But with the soul journey, even though it gives you that information, it's not for the ego, it's for guidance. It's for putting you on the right path. It's to give you the knowledge and the information you need so that you can move forward and just fly with the eagles, to soar and have your level of success.
Awesome.
And that's it.
That is awesome. Thank you both so much for being here. I appreciate you, and I just hope that our callers will call you, get in touch with you somehow through your website, through Facebook or however and experience one of these wonderful soul journeys. Thank you again for all that you do for helping other people. And I know that's what's in your heart. I know that you are there to help others. So thank you. I appreciate you. And I'll have you back again. Let's do it in June. We'll set a date and come back on with you.
Oh, that
Thank
sounds
you so much,
wonderful.
Terry.
By the way, Terry, when I put your testimonial up on our website, I also put on your website and how to reach you on Facebook and all your angel speaker stuff. So it's great that they'll be able to connect with you too there.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, so when you go to their website, it's under reviews, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
and you're at the top of the
reviews
page.
And, yay! And you'll see my testimonial there. I like being at the top. Oh, thank you both so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having us on your show. It was a true blessing.
Absolutely. I loved it. It was wonderful. And we'll have you back. So thank you again. Have a wonderful night. And I wish blessings of love and light to all of you that are listening and all of you that will listen to the replay and all of you that are in the chat room over there. Thank you. And I will be back on Wednesday night. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
And now, insurance-minded speeches from Geico.
Hardship. My grandmother would go through it every month to pay her insurance bill. First, she would handwrite a paper check, in cursive. Then, using her own tongue, she would wet a stamp for an envelope. Today, however, we need not weary our hands and tongues. Today, we can pay our Geico bill with the Geico app. Away with hardship, in with bill pay on the Geico app. Thank you.